So if you miss your offer, what are your options on Results Day 2026? I'm joined by Simon Jenkins from University of Staffordshire to answer that very question. So first question for you, Simon. If you miss your grades, what should you do first on Results Day?
Yeah, thanks, John. Thanks for having me, and hello to everyone listening in. I think the headline for me is if you miss your grades on Results Day, first thing is don't panic, but the most important thing to do is to go onto the UCAS hub. You've got your results, you've seen what your grades are, but then head to the UCAS hub, because what that will tell you is whether you are into your university choices or not. It's never guaranteed, but there is quite often situations where a university might be able to be a little bit more lenient when it comes to your results. So even if you've missed your grades slightly, most important thing to do, first of all, head to the UCAS hub and have a look what that says.
Fantastic, thank you. And if I could just ask you about subject choices. So say you've got a student that their heart is set on studying a particular subject, but they don't get the grades they wanted for their first or second choice university. Do they then need to look at different options in terms of subject choice?
There's two things you could do. It would definitely be worth starting to look at some other options. If you've not got into your firm and insurance choice, have a look at what else is out there. I would encourage you to have a look at clearing vacancies at other universities in your chosen subject area, so you can see what's out there in the market and see what options are available to you. But the other thing that I would say there is absolutely no harm in doing at all is just picking up the phone and having a chat with your firm and or insurance choice universities. It may be showing on the UCAS hub that you've not got in to the course that you wanted to get into, but there's no harm whatsoever in having a chat with them, because it may be that there's a similar course they could offer you that you might be interested in. The other thing that sometimes happens is a university might say, well, we can't take you directly into the course you wanted, but maybe we could offer you a foundation year, perhaps. So that means you come in, you do an extra year at the beginning, and then as long as you pass that, you move straight into your chosen course afterwards. So that might be something that you'd be interested in. So definitely worth having a chat to your original universities, but in parallel, I would definitely be exploring the other options out there as well, so you know the breadth of what's available to you.
Fantastic, Simon, thank you. And then in terms of kind of the results day, on results day itself, there might be a little bit of noise in terms of what students are thinking themselves, or the noise around them. And some people might say, take a gap year. Some people might say, resit your exams. Some people might say, look at a clearing place and look at an alternative through clearing and different university, maybe a different course and stuff. How does a student decide when they've got so much noise all around them?
It's a really good question, and it's really difficult actually, because as you say, there is a lot of noise on results day and everything happens so fast. It can be a really difficult situation. So my advice would be, I'll try and go through a few different scenarios that students might find themselves in. So first thing I would say is, if you really want to go to university straight away, you're getting your results this summer, you really want to start a course in September, the most important thing I think I can probably stress now is there will be so much choice available to you. There'll be loads of really good courses at really good universities available in clearing. So if that's definitely what you want to do, you know you want to go to university this September, don't panic, there'll be loads of really good options for you. So that if you're in that scenario, definitely have a look at your options through clearing and choose something that you think is going to work well for you. There's a couple of other scenarios where you might want to think about a different option. One would be if you've really got your heart set on a particular course at a particular university, and unfortunately you've not quite got the grades to get onto your chosen course. What you might want to do then is you might want to have a think about perhaps gap year, reapplying, resitting exams if you need to put yourself in the best possible position to get onto that course that you really want to get onto the following year. The other scenario might be that perhaps you've got your results, they've not quite panned out as you'd hoped, or maybe you got the results you wanted, but you just feel like you've changed your mind a little bit on what university course you'd like to take up, and you might just be feeling like you're not quite sure what to do, and you don't want to rush into starting a course that might not be the right one for you. But if you feel like that, I would say there is no harm whatsoever in just taking a step back, taking a gap year, and then you've got options in a gap year. You could just take some time for yourself, do a bit of traveling, do a bit of work experience, whatever you want to do, just to collect your thoughts about what you might want to do next. You could also use that year to get some work experience in a subject area that you think you might be interested in. Might be the one you were originally planning to do, might be a different one. Take the opportunity to get a bit of experience that will then perhaps either confirm you definitely do want to do a certain course, or maybe make you think, actually, that might not be for me. The other advantage then is any work experience would really help to strengthen an application the following year as well. So hopefully that gives you a few different scenarios, and you might feel when you get your results day, you might be in one of those categories, and that might help in terms of what the best option might be for you.
Brilliant. And in terms of like the scenarios, there's plenty of reasons why a student might go into clearing. And naturally, we always kind of go with the students not done as well, and they enter clearing. Of course, there's other reasons why students might be there. What would you say to students that, and this is their words, not my words, that consider themselves to be a failure if they end up as part of clearing?
Yeah, I mean, I would really stress that is absolutely not the case. There are so many good courses out there in clearing. You can secure a really, really good university place. The vast majority of UK universities will be in clearing for at least some of their courses. So there are so many good courses at so many good universities available that clearing is a really good option to secure a good university place. A few other things I would say. I mean, over my time working in the university sector, which is about 16 years now, I've spoken to so many students who have come to university through clearing, and they are often some of the most positive about the university that they've ended up at and the course they've ended up on. They often say, maybe if I'd not gone through clearing, I may not have ended up here. Things might not have panned out this way. And they can be so positive about that experience and how it's ended up. The other thing to say about clearing now, which I think is really important, is there are all sorts of different students who use clearing now. So clearing is absolutely not just about, if I've not got my grades, what's still available to me. There are a lot of people now who will use clearing to perhaps change their mind. If they chose their firm and insurance choices, 4 or 5 months ago, perhaps things have changed, had a bit of a change of heart, might want to do a different course at a different university. Because there's so much choice out there in clearing now, there are quite a lot of students who might use clearing for that reason. And actually also some people who perhaps weren't planning to go to university originally, so never applied through UCAS, might just come straight into clearing and try and secure a place that way. That's become much more common now. So what I would say to anyone who's out there listening, who's perhaps worried they might miss their grades and they're going to feel like a failure going into clearing, absolutely not. There's so much choice out there. Clearing is such a big thing. There are all sorts of reasons why students might use clearing now. So securing a place through clearing for university is absolutely not something you should see as a failure at all.
Such a fantastic answer. And I listened to a presentation recently from UCAS about the more students than ever now are staying at home, and so they're not actually going to university. And that's another reason why students might use clearing, and they might look at costs and then think, rather than going there, then let's explore the opportunities closer to me and staying at the university that's more local to me. Right then, final one for you, Simon, and that's in relation to find out more. So you're joining us in the University of Staffordshire. In terms of clearing 2026 and results date, how can those watching this find out more about your clearing plans?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, John. So if you head to staffs.ac.uk/clearing, that's where you can find all the information about the clearing opportunities available at the University of Staffordshire. We're really happy to have a conversation with anyone who, even if you just want to have a chat and explore your options, please do head to that web address. You'll find our phone number. You can contact us via WhatsApp if you want to. And we're really happy to have a conversation with you about your options. The other thing you'll find on there is we have a clearing offer calculator. So what you can do is you can put your qualifications in. It only takes about 60 seconds, and that will give you an instant decision on whether you would be able to receive an offer from us through clearing. So really quick and easy, and obviously no obligation to take that up, but you can go on there and see if you might be eligible for an offer through clearing. So please do get in touch if you've got any questions or are interested in any programs.